Hey sisters, welcome to Cyster Sunday. Today we're going to talk about fertility with PCOS. It's a hot topic. So let's get started. Let's jump into it. The biggest thing with PCOS is you do want to figure out what type of PCOS you are, how you can regulate that cycle, and if it's lifestyle changes, supplements, that kind of thing, diet change, we'll dive into that. But the idea is really to get your period more regulated. You don't have to have a period to ovulate. There's plenty of women out there that get pregnant, didn't think they could, and it just so happens that they ovulated that month and didn't have a cycle, and that's okay. But that might not be you. You might be been trying for a while and you don't know why. So I would definitely suggest starting to understand and learn your body and your cycle. So the app that I'm currently using right now, and I would recommend, is called Pre-Mom. It's also a great app even if you're not trying to get pregnant, just to understand your own cycle. So right after your period, you can start tracking your LH, you can start tracking your body temperature with a thermometer, and then you can also track like cervical mucus and stuff like that, and that will the app will kind of tell you, where you are in your cycle and if you are ovulating. So it's really cool. I've got the thermometer here. I take it out in the mornings, I put it under my tongue, it beeps when it's done, and then I plug it into the app. And then the next thing I do is I do use LH strips. Now this one is the blue qualitative test. Yes. So this one is typically not great for women with PCOS because we tend to have like a higher LH in our bodies. So we'll have some false highs in there. So this may not work for you, and if this doesn't, I would switch to a quantitative LH strip, which is the purple one. You can order this off Amazon. And basically what I do is I just pee in a little cup here, and then I'll dip it into the max line, and I will let it do its thing. I'll sit it out for 3 to 5 minutes, and that kind of gives me my test results for my LH. And usually it is low up until around that 14-day mark for me, which is like mid-cycle. And I will start to slowly see it go up and surge, and then I will continue testing and I'll start to see it go down. So quantitative tests, the purple ones, might be better for you. Either one, they're really cheap, so you can get a couple boxes and test them out, see what works for you. And the other thing you can track as well is like your cervical mucus. So you want it to be kind of stringy, kind of sticky, and the app will kind of tell you a little bit more on that as well. But the stickiness actually helps bring that sperm up into the fallopian tube so it can fertilize the egg. So things to look into. Natural Cycles is another app that a lot of women like to use, and that one I believe is just the thermometer testing. Actually, they did just partner with Clear Blue, I think, so you can do it that way too. But that is more of a paid app. Pre-Mom is free, although you can pay for more advice, etc., for programs that are in there. So let's say that you are trying to get pregnant and you have been doing all the good things. You've been tracking your cycle. You see that you've had an LH surge. You are certain you've ovulated, and you and your partner have unprotected sex and you still don't get pregnant. So one of the things I definitely want to point out is that it might not be just you. Like once you figured out your cycle and balancing your hormones, male infertility is also a big issue, or just male quality of sperm is now becoming a huge issue because of environmental factors, the plastics that are in our water, the plastics that wrap our foods. A lot of companies are cutting corners, like instead of putting, iced tea in a glass bottle, now they're putting it in a plastic bottle. So all those environmental chemicals, pesticides are really disrupting also the male fertility side of things. So I just wanted to point that out so you don't get discouraged, like, oh, it's all my fault. It's all my fault. I have PCOS. I can't get pregnant. because that's not necessarily true, especially if you've tracking your cycle and you can figure it out, and you're taking like a supplement like a inositol, which will really help with ovulation, quality of eggs, balance your hormones. Then I would just talk to a fertility specialist, and I would have your partner's sperm tested, and then they can do amazing things from there. You know, if IVF is not the path you want to go because it is very pricey, you know, there's also IUI, that kind of thing. But lifestyle changes for your partner might be a huge part of that, because we want good quality sperm as well. So looking into like good recipes to cook that are low inflammation, make sure, you know, you're drinking out of glass instead of out of plastics, or even like, I hate to say it, but like the Yetis, the metal, that kind of thing. So do your research on that. There's an excellent book as far as getting pregnant with PCOS. That is the title. I mentioned it in one of my earlier videos. Look into that. But I believe you can do it, and good luck to you if that is the journey that you're on. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.